Hey, what's up guys? Professor Breaker is here with another lesson, and in today's video I will run you guys through this ADC guide. Right in the beginning I'm just showing you the tier list I have made for patch 3.0 on the ADCs and how is the video structured. I'm gonna show you, or I'm gonna run in the background, two gameplays of I'm the Doom. He's a top tier challenger ADC player. He has two accounts in the top 10 right now, and I will run you through the informations and summarize what you guys need to know as an ADC player. And then afterwards we are also gonna check another gameplay where I'm just gonna react and talk through his gameplay, where I will try to explain every single decision he's gonna make, and we're just gonna run through in slow motion, team fights, etc. So I will explain stuff like positioning, teamfight, kiting, last hitting, wave management, etc. And how is the video structured? We're gonna start with type of ADCs, then how to lane as an ADC, how to teamfight / kite, and then most important things you need to know as a summary point. That's gonna be point 4. And if you guys enjoyed this video, or you guys want to see more content like this, then definitely smash the like button. If you guys want to see the support guide within the next week or within the next 2 weeks, then how about we hit 1,500 likes and I will work on the support guide, because hey, you guys need to learn how to play support, because support is one of the best roles, honestly, especially in solo queue. I think it's really strong, and if you guys want to learn how to engage correctly, how to peel and kite for your ADC, how to engage team fights, how to roam, make plays happen, etc. in team fights, then write it down below in the comments. But anyways, let's get started. So, type of ADCs. I have 3 points for this. I mean, you have obviously just ADCs, but I divided ADCs into early game dominant ADCs. You have champions like Draven, Misfortune, Jhin that are super strong in the early game. Obviously, they are decent in the late game, or they're still fine in the late game, but they tend to fall off. Those champions rely on the early game to snowball, get some kills, especially a Draven pick that is extremely strong in the lane, a strong lane bully that will always try to force the first blood and then snowball from there. So these are the type of early game champions that are excellent at snowballing the game, getting ahead in the early game, and then with that lead they get, they will try to snowball across the map, get the objectives, etc. The downfall of those type of champions is definitely, if the game goes too long, their DPS, their damage output, just falls behind compared to other ADCs that are stronger in the late game, and that's point 1.2. Super scaling ADCs, and in my opinion, those ADCs are, for example, if I'm missing any ADC, I'm just giving examples for the situations or for the types. And for super scaling, I have Tristana, Vayne, Ezreal. Those champions can definitely work in the early game or do fine in the early game. But once they have the core items, they have 3, 4 items. That's the power spike. That's the moment they become unstoppable. And they just 1 vs 9 team fights, because they are extremely strong 1 vs 9 super carries. The downside is, compared to the early game champions, that they need to focus on farming. They are not strong in the early game, especially when it comes down to team fighting in the first dragon or first herald or first skirmish at Scuttle. Usually they tend to be not that impactful, so it's better to focus on farming, try to not fight too much, and yeah, early game weak but late game super strong. So it's up to you what you guys prefer more. Do you guys prefer the strong early game champions that tend to snowball from the get-go? Or the super scaling, you get your 3 or 4 core items and you just literally turbo carry 1 vs 9, just a few shots, one shot, a few shots, and the opponent is dead. And then there are, for 1.3, APCs. APCs are, for example, Orianna, Brand, Veigar, Ziggs, Seraphine slash Sona. Seraphine Sona, great combo in the bot lane as well. This type is getting really popular lately in high elo, especially in competitive, because AD mid laners are getting popular. Jace, Zed, Riven, Fiora, those are strong AD champions in the mid lane. And if you guys want the crowd control, want the poking damage, want magical damage, even though you have a lot of physical damage already, then APCs are the go-to right now. They are super strong. They provide tons of poking damage, tons of utility, and in team comps they provide a more steady DPS output just because they can just keep poking, and it's easier for them to poke from far away compared to an ADC who is easier to catch, usually, minus, I guess, Lucian, Ezreal, because they have tons of mobility. So those champions are really good if you lack physical damage in your teamfight composition. And now let's get started with 2.0. It's how to lane. When it comes to how to lane, I would say it really depends on the champion you are playing, whether or not you are late game champion, you're an early game champion. For the early game champion, obviously you want to play really aggressive, try to go for the aggressive trades, try to harass whenever possible. And what does it mean? If you both are going for the last hit, you always want to deny the last hit and try to poke at the same time. So they want to come for the last hit, you poke them down. You poke them down whenever they try to come for the last hit, and that's how you can play a more aggressive playstyle in the early game. Draven, Lucian, very good at it. And then when you are a late game scaling champion, you have to play vice versa. You just try to last it as much as possible without taking too much damage. So you really have to consider the champion you're playing and the matchup you are into. But to be honest, I don't think matchups in the ADC or in the bot lane matter too hard. I mean, obviously there's some matchups like the Thresh Draven combo that are extremely strong and their kill potential is super high. So what you want to do in that case is just try to freeze the wave, try to let them shove you in, and try to last it under the turret. Obviously, don't let the wave stack up too hard, otherwise you get dived or dove. But yeah, just try to last it as much as possible, focus on farming, and find the right balance between playing aggressive, trying to harass them by poking them down with your skill shots, your auto attacks, and last hitting. Last hitting, very important. You need to make sure that you have good gold income. Always make sure to get the last hits in. Sometimes you have to sacrifice a minion, and that's gonna be fine if you otherwise would take too much damage. So you also have to take into consideration what's the cooldown of the enemy, like what the key abilities, for example, Blitzcrank Hook, Alistar Knock Up, Thresh Hook, etc. So when they don't have the key catch abilities or the key engage abilities, that's when you have more opening to go for the last hit, for example. Or they just use the poke, then you can just freely go for the last hit. But if they still have it up, maybe you might have to consider not going for the last hit, or if they're trapping in the bush, you might as well also consider not gonna step too far out of your lane, because they might be in the bush right here and then they just engage onto you. And what's also important when it comes to how to laning, it's the wave management. I'm talking about wave management in every single role. It's top lane, it's mid lane, it's ADC. Wave management is super important when it comes down to having a safe lane or playing aggressive enough that you can dive people. So you have two concepts basically. One concept is freezing. Freezing is when you hold your wave right before your turret without it crashing, so it stays right before the turret for a long period of time, so you can freely last it, and you can enable your jungler or set up a wave. If the wave is frozen right before your turret, the enemy has to step forward to get last hits or get experience. And then if they are so far forward in the lane, it's very easy for the or for your jungler to just gank them. That's freezing. And if you guys want to see an in-depth guide on how to freeze or wave management, I will try to make one, but it's kind of hard to get footage for every single scenario when it comes to wave management, because I know you guys will ask me, hey, show me for each scenario the perfect video footage, but sometimes it's just not that easy. Because you need to cut it out of a lot of games, for example. Like some games it's freezing, some games you want a hard shove, or you want a slow push, so you can dive them. So it really depends. But usually almost in most cases I prefer to freeze. I prefer to freeze most of the times, unless I have the really much stronger lane or the much stronger matchup. For example, if you're a Thresh Draven, then you can try to zone them. They come too close, you try to engage on them, try to harass them, and then the lower they get, you can try to create a huge wave, because every time they come close, you poke them down, and you only try to last it, and since they are not hitting the minions, the wave is gonna stack up, building up slowly and slowly, and the more damage they are taking at the same time, and the lower they get, and the bigger the wave is gonna get, the easier it is for you, and maybe for your jungler to dive them afterwards. So you just keep poking them down, wear them down, then the wave is gonna crash under the turret, and that's the opportunity where you can dive them, because they're low life, and a huge wave is crashing in. And if they lose that wave, then they will lose so much gold and experience because you denied them. You killed them while the wave is crashing in. So all the minions are gonna die to the turret. So that's the best case when it comes to slow pushing and diving. And freezing is basically, if you see that the wave, they did more damage onto the wave than you, then it will slowly push into your favor. So you only want to last it, or you only want to kill the ranged minions. So the wave is gonna push into your favor. But you will see, it's just all about count the minions. See if the wave is gonna push or not. Or see if the enemy wave is gonna push into your favor. Because obviously, if you have 3 minions and they have 5 minions, then the wave is gonna push. So don't clear the wave immediately, just try to last it. Or just try to kill the ranged minion. Sometimes when the wave is too strong, you wanna kill the ranged minion. So the wave is not gonna crash in immediately. So that's how you can weaker the enemy wave, so it's not gonna crash immediately. So kill the ranged minion. But like I said, the basic is just look at the minion count. Look at the minion count. If you have 3, they have 5, the wave is gonna push into your favor. If they have a cannon and you don't have any cannon minions left, then it's gonna push into your favor, and vice versa. So wave management is honestly not that hard. I will try to make one probably in the future. In depth. So I will try to get some footage so I can... The thing is, it's not that easy to get... If I'm talking about wave management, the footage will be... Each scenario, the footage is maybe 1 or 2 minutes. And if the video goes for 20, 30 minutes, I need so much footage to show it to you guys. So it's... People act like it's very easy to just, yeah, cut, it's very easy. It's like freezing scenarios are sometimes just 1 minute or something. So you need basically 20, 30 scenarios where you can showcase every single freeze situation or wave management situation. It's not that easy. I will try to make it happen. Hey, honestly, if you guys want the freeze, I want to see someone. You guys need to spam the comments with, we want a wave management video, an in-depth wave management video. And I said 1.5 for the support, right? Let's say it's greedy. 2K, and I will try to work immediately. I don't think we hit 2K anyways. I don't think that's possible. Nah. Let's say if you guys spam the comments enough with wave management and it gets a lot of likes, I will try to get started with it. Anyways, point 3. How to teamfight and kite. So, when it comes to teamfighting as an ADC, what's important? Your positioning and your focus. Positioning and focus. Majority of the time when it comes to playing an ADC, you want to play front to back. Front to back means you target the first person in line and you keep hitting the next person that's gonna come up to you. Because your job is not to come to the backline and kill the enemy ADC. That's the job of assassins. That's the job of the bruisers. Your job is to kill the enemy frontline quicker than the enemy backline can kill your frontline. If it's understandable. You want to kill their tank quicker than the enemy ADC can kill your tank. So, kill the tank first, kill the next person in line, kill the next person in line, and try to maximize the damage in team fights. That's basically your job as an ADC. Just make sure to do as much damage as possible. And when it comes to positioning, kiting. Avoiding key abilities from the opponents. You have Protobelt, you have Zhonya's, you have maybe mobility abilities on your ADC champions, on Ezreal the dash, on Lucian the dash, on Vayne the tumble. Those are abilities for kiting. So if the enemy frontline, assassin, bruiser, assassin mage is gonna jump onto you, your job is to make sure to position yourself correctly to not get hit by key targets, charm, stun, knockups, etc. Your job is to have quick enough reaction to make sure you dodge those key abilities. Anticipation, very important. You need to anticipate the abilities that will be used onto you. A Malphite ultimate, Camille ultimate, Rengar ultimate. So what can you do? You have Zhonya's. You can Zhonya's Malphite ultimate. You can Zhonya's the Rengar ultimate. You can Zhonya's the Camille ultimate. Zhonya's one of the best, or the best enchantment on ADC. You can also go for the Quicksilver Slash to clean the stuns. But Zhonya's is the way to go usually, because you can dodge stuff, you can give your teammates more time to help you out. Because your 2 seconds, you can't be targeted, plus Guardian Angel maybe, that's 4 seconds total where you can't be targeted, and you give your teammates time to peel for you. So, where was I? Positioning yourself, anticipation. Knowing who's gonna engage onto you and how they're engaging onto you. Because a lot of people or a lot of ADCs like to misstep. And misstep means they play too aggressive, they position themselves too aggressive, they are chasing too hard. And if they're chasing, that gives the enemy backline or the enemy frontline the opportunity to engage onto you. For example, you're chasing into a team fight, you're chasing people down, and then Malphite ultimate happens. You need to anticipate stuff like that. When they still have their key abilities open, or they still have it up, make sure stay as far away as possible. Make sure you never die. Your job as an ADC is to never die a single time. If you die, like, your goal as an ADC is make sure to never die in a team fight. That's the #1 goal. Try to do as much damage as possible, so don't play like a pussy, but still make sure to not die. So if you have a game where you're dying, then sometimes you can't avoid it, but the main goal, the top one, oh my god. Why do I get this advertisement? The #1 goal as an ADC... Wait. Okay. The #1 goal as an ADC is to never die a single time. Every single game. Make sure, if you're dying 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, try to die 0 times. Play... I mean... Yeah, people will say, that's KDA playstyle. But you should find the right balance between never dying and still doing the most damage in the game. Your job as ADC is to be the main damage dealer, doing the most damage in the game. If you just have 10k damage and the enemy or your own tank has fucking 30k damage, you're doing something wrong. You need to be the most damage dealer, majority of the times. So if you have a 20-minute game, you better have 50k damage, for example. So that I'm giving you ADC mains now a mission. That's my mission for you guys. Try to never die. Get the least possible deaths every single game. So try to be at 0 and get, what's the average? What's a good average on damage? 40k damage on average every single game, or 30 to 40k. If you get 10k damage and the game goes 20 minutes, you are doing something fucking wrong. So make sure, get the damage done, position yourself correctly. Um, how the team fight? I mean, there are few ADCs. I was talking about always play front to back, but there are few ADCs in certain scenarios. They can go into the back line, jump in quickly, kill them, and then dash back out. So, which ADCs can do that? Maybe a Vayne and maybe a Lucian. Lucian can dash in, kill them quickly, and then dash out. And Vayne can kite and run. Vayne is one of the best kiting champions. Yeah, that's point 3. Number 4, most important thing you guys need to know. Macro, gold per minute, last hitting, objectives, teamfight participation. Yeah, okay, let's get started. When it comes to macro as an ADC, focus on farming majority of the times, but, big but, because you ADC players don't do this. I know you ADC players are selfish motherfuckers, because you guys prefer minions, 2 minions every single time over an objective. So, what I'm telling you guys right now is, when there's an objective, and you only have 2 minions there, ignore the 2 minions, help your teammates out to get the objectives done. Help them out, Baron, Dragon, Herald, whatever. Make sure you are the damage dealer. Without you, it will take so much time to get the objective, and it will give the enemy a window to steal it, to teamfight. But if you just help them get the objective done quickly, hey, what happens? No teamfight, you get the free objective. And then afterwards you can go for the wave, reset, buy items, and go back to your lane, okay? Get objectives done. You are the damage dealer. Your teammates need your help. Don't go for 2 minions. Get the Baron buff. Get the Dragon. Get the Inferno. Get the Cloud Dragon. You guys won't fucking do it. I know you fucking ADC mains. Ay. Oh, look at you, Diamond ADC player or Grandmaster ADC player. You are selfish. I'm speaking from experience. You ADC players are fucking selfish. What else? Rotate. Rotation as an ADC. Oh wow, did you hear it? You can also rotate as an ADC to join for turrets. You clear the wave, or you already have the top turret. You clear the wave, you can rotate to the mid lane. You can try to pressure the mid lane turret. You can get objectives like turrets very easily as an ADC. You can also rotate. It's not your job to only sit in your lane AFK farming. You can also rotate and help your teammates out and try to go for objectives. It's crazy, right? It's a crazy tip I never heard before. Otherwise, high GPM. So, what's high GPM? GPM means gold per minute. And that's a mission for you guys. I know a lot of people struggle with good gold per minute. And I would say a good gold per minute amount is, I think for people that are not high elo, I think 800 is already pretty good. But the main goal should be between 900 and 1000 gold per minute. How do you achieve this much gold per minute without being AFK farming? So, 800 is average, 1000 is optimal, and 900 is really good already. I think a lot of ADC players maybe have 600 or 700. Get it to 800, the more gold you have, the more items you will have, the better potential to carry the game, okay? Make sure, last hitting correctly. Last hitting. Get objectives, join objectives. Killing objectives gives gold. Teamfight participation. If you're just AFK, you are not joining teamfights. You don't get extra gold from the assist, from the kills, etc. Getting gold by taking extra jungle camps. Don't steal at the beginning of the game, but later on in the mid game, in the late game. Try to take as many extra side camps. Don't be the selfish guy. I am 0-4, but I want the red buff. Give me red buff. Nah. If you are doing well and your jungler wants to give it to you, okay. If your jungler is doing bad and you are doing well, take it. But if you are doing bad, if you are the 0-4 motherfucker that wants the red buff, fuck you. Just saying. You don't deserve red buff if you're not playing well. If you're playing well and you think you can carry, sure. But if your jungler is also doing well, then just let him take it. Only if he wants to give it to you. If he's bad and you're doing really well, just take it. That's the only exception I'm giving to you guys. But otherwise, don't assume you deserve every single red buff or blue buff. Just saying. Yeah, make sure to take Groms, take Crux, that's fine. But don't steal it in the early game because your own jungler needs the experience in the early game. But mid game, late game, you can take it. What's also important? Good targeting. Lock control, drag control, learn to fucking hit your skill shots. Okay, that's what I wrote down in my notepad. So targeting, you can drag to target the correct champion in team fights. Okay, where were we? Targeting. So you can drag onto champions, so you just hit them, or you can lock onto them using the avatar settings. So the portrait mode in the settings, you can just press onto that avatar you want to hit and it will just lock onto them. But the issue about that one is that sometimes if you want to cancel the lock, you need to in teamfight it might be messy because you need to switch quickly in between targets sometimes, and if you use the avatar you might be locked onto them, and even though you don't want to follow them you might still follow them. So usually I prefer the drag one, so you can quickly change between targets. And otherwise, where was I? Skill shots. Learn to hit your skill shots. Anticipate the movement of the opponents or just use the auto aim. Usually auto aim works. And another tip is don't split push as an ADC alone. The moment you split push alone, you probably end up dying. 90% of the time, if you are alone split pushing without a turret in the mid and late game, you are just gonna end up dying. Don't do it. You are giving the enemy team an opportunity to catch you, to come back, and then it's a 5 vs 4 situation and they can force an objective. So try to run with your teammates, and usually as an ADC it's better to stay in the mid lane. So after you kill your turret in the lane, usually it's better for the support and ADC to be in the mid lane so they can rotate quicker between lanes. And they can try to start sieging for the mid turret, because getting the mid turret is gonna open up the map and you can put deep wards, you can invade more, you can rotate better. So yeah, I think that's the summary for the ADC guide already. And now we're just gonna focus on the gameplay. I'm gonna put up I'm gonna put up the volume now again. And we're just gonna spectate. If you guys don't wanna see this reaction, then that's committed for the guide already. Okay, he's gonna play. He has a Twisted Fate support, by the way. Let's see how he's gonna play the lane, and I will try to give you my input and the explanation for every single decision that he's gonna do. He's putting a ward into the Tribush, so he will have vision if the jungler is gonna gank. Okay, he's dodging the engage. Can they get the kill onto Alistair? Yep, they get it. For the ward positions, because they already have here ward and here ward, they now know whenever someone's gonna come from the entry spots. Okay, snipe onto the bush. Map awareness, also important as an ADC. He's probably gonna get it. Nice. Good map awareness. He saw that Jax is gonna backport in that bush, and he got that free kill. Map awareness, also important. Looking at other lanes. If you look at other lanes, and if you think about what the enemy jungler is gonna do, then you can anticipate what the enemies are gonna do a lot of times. So if you see he's gonna start blue buff and he's gonna finish red side, then at 130 you can assume that he might come for a gank, for example. Anticipating enemy jungler's rotation. So if you are someone who plays jungle as an ADC, you will, your macro will improve so much. Trust me, it's better for you guys to play a lot of roles so you can learn what each role wants to do, or each player wants to do, or each champion wants to do. But if you're just a one-trick pony that is just to focus on one champion and only on his own lane, you're limiting yourself. you're limiting the amount of knowledge and macro you can have. I think the best example is for Tyler 1, who is an ADC main, but the moment he started the solo queue to Challenger... That's too loud, man. The moment he started solo queue, jungle to Challenger, his macro improved so much, and the benefit of the macro knowledge will help you out in every single role, because your decision making and your objective control is gonna be much, much better. So sometimes make sure to, okay, again, map awareness. Is he gonna get it? He's gonna try to... Actually, there's a pork. I didn't watch this gameplay beforehand, by the way. This is blind. Actually, good map awareness, getting 2 free kills just by checking the map. Okay, let's focus maybe on the laning phase. How he's gonna play the lane against the Vayne right now. Shoving in the wave, trying to get damage. Okay, now Alistar and Vayne are rotating. He needs to be careful. He's trying to poke them. Dragon is up. It looks like they are grouping for the dragon. Okay, he's checking the bush first, making sure that Alistar is not within that bush. Okay, they got the dragon. Pantheon is jumping in now, though. He can go for the Katarina. He snipes the Katarina. Nice. Look at the positioning right now. He's positioning himself far away over the wall, trying to... Oh, he should have used heal earlier. Heal and then ultimate, maybe. But yeah, the positioning was fine. He tried to stand behind the wall and tried to poke them down while they were at dragon. But then Jax came over and killed him. But yeah, like I said, positioning is key. So always make sure to distance yourself from any threats. Okay, he's trying to anticipate the pathing of the Jax. Sniping again. Let's see if it's gonna work out. And he gets another snipe! What the fuck? What the fuck? He gets the triple snipe. Like, see, he was anticipating how the Jax is gonna move, sniping, and he gets it. Nice. Good job. He has the rep buff now. He's jumping in. Alistar is kinda low mana. I think he could have turned. Yeah, he's turning now. Katarina's here. Okay. I don't think they can fight this one, though. Or maybe. Oh, he's jumping in. Oh, that's so aggressive. Does he get it, though? They're super low. He has ultimate in 10 seconds. They're very low. If they're not backporting in time, he might be able to snipe them off. 2 seconds. 1 second. If he... Yeah, in the bush. In the bush. Oh, he's not hitting in that bush, though. I think he should have hit in the bush. I think he was trying to predict if they are running further away, but I think maybe he should have tried to hit into the bush. Oh yeah! Shit, I forgot to mention. I'm the Doom has a YouTube and a Twitch channel, so make sure to check it out. It's twitch.tv, I'm the Doom, and YouTube is also I'm the Doom. I'm gonna link it down below in the comments. Plus, I will probably show it to you guys right here or something. So definitely check him out. He is one of the best ADC players and also pro player for Rix.gg. And Rix.gg is one of the best pro teams right now in Europe. It's gonna get caught here though. Okay, they get the mid-turret. Mid-turret is huge. They're using the Herald to try to get another turret even. I think they might be able to get it. That's huge actually. Getting 2 mid-turrets is very, very huge. Jax is scaling. They're gonna get the turret. Oh, Kale's just getting caught for free. What is Kale doing? Okay, Twist of Fate trying to go in. Ooh. I don't know if he should jump in though. Okay, he has gold card. He's jumping in. Katarina's there though. Heal. Ultimate? He gets a double kill with that ultimate. Okay. Doesn't use the heal. I thought maybe he should have used heal earlier because he got bursted the last time really, really quick. Okay. They get that kill. They get the mid-turret now. Alistar and Jax overstaying and giving 3 kills plus the mid-turret right now. Pretty bad decision by them. Too greedy. If they just backed off instead of trying to kill the Kale as well. Or just backed off now. I mean, yeah, the Jax jumped in again. That was the problem. If Jax just ran away instead of trying to jump in, he would have been fine. He's trying to poke them down right here. Ezreal, one of the best poking champions as an ADC. Late game scaling is also insane on Ezreal. The moment he has 3 items, he's super strong. Okay, Inferno Dragon. He's gonna shove the wave first. Maybe check with the ultimate. Twisted Fate doesn't have ultimate. Okay, they're gonna try to... Okay, they're too late though. Oh, Panther is gonna... Oh, that was a huge damage combo though. I think they might be able to win this. Okay, they got 1 kill. Oh, Katarina's damage. S1. Boom. Nice. Alice dies as well here. S1 triple kill. Can he get Penta though? Oh, the Jax! The Jax! No! The Jax cockblocked him. Wait. Why didn't Ezreal use... Wait. I want to see something. Ah, okay. Okay, the shuffle wasn't quick enough. I was just wondering if Twisted Fate could use Gold Cut earlier. Never mind. But still good teamfight. The Pantheon Ezreal ultimate combo did so much damage. And then they just had to kite back. Okay, he's gonna get Zhonya's now. That's gonna be really helpful. Okay, he can sit in the base to get it.
This is really worth 10 times the asking price. Blast them, Gauntlet.
Like I said, in this case, he can block Alistar's knock-up combo. He can either dodge it with the third ability, or he can Zhonya's. Okay, Alistar. Trying to get caught here. Has to use flash. Okay, he's gonna clear the wave. Make sure to always clear the waves. Very important. Because if you lose the team fight, they can shove. And if you win the team fight, you have a wave to push turrets. So making sure to have good turret control is very important. Let's see, he's gonna try to position himself obviously very far away. Alistar fucks up the knockup. He's gonna use ultimate. He hits the Vayne, she's super low. I think he can go in. Jax! Come on, get him! Lord. Ah. Okay, he gets it though, triple kill. He doesn't hit this one. Come on, he's gonna jump over. Oh, he fucked up! No, my god, this Katarina. Yikes. Oh, I just realized Twisted Fate is Grizzly. So, he has a pro player. He has a pro player as a support, Twisted Fate. Just realized it. So they're probably duo queue. Or maybe solo, I don't know.
I'll make this look easy.
Oh yeah, if you guys wanna push the easiest way as an ADC, the number 1 tip I can give you is play duo queue as ADC and support. Because random supports are really bad, and just going duo queue is more relaxing, you have better synergy, and usually you don't have a sprinter then. So just go duo queue. Solo queue warrior life, just fuck that shit. Just fuck that shit. Be as like people always say, oh, if you're solo queue player, you're a chat. Honestly, just fuck that opinion. Just be a Sigma. Don't care, go duo queue. Have more fun. Playing solo queue is not fun. Play duo queue. As an ADC support, it's much more fun. Find yourself an e-girl. Yumi is coming out soon. Find yourself Yumi, e-girl, and just go duo queue. E-Paul. Go use E-Paul. Oh yeah. But yeah, so it's much more fun and more relaxing than playing solo queue. Especially as an ADC. I remember when I was uploading the ADC challenge, where I was recording ADC for every single champion. Solo queue. I was playing only solo queue. It was so frustrating. You have no idea how frustrating playing ADC solo queue is. When your supports can't hit any skill shots, they take your last hits. They're just playing too aggressive or just feeding completely. It's... okay. Jump in! Jump in, you pussy! What the fuck are you doing? Just jump in! Ah, Doom, what the fuck? You could have played it better. Oh, you could have played it much better. Why? Wait, I can show you guys here. Because they're all low life, by the way, at this point. Look, now, if he just flashed the stun away, if he just flashed the stun, or he used third ability forward, Vayne is low life, this guy is low life, he avoids the stun, first of all. So look at the HP of both of them, and Alistar is also low life, so 3 people are low life here. He has Zhonya's, he has heal. If he doesn't get stunned here, he dashes forward with flash or third ability, and doesn't get stunned. And now, this guy's low life, this guy is low life. Alistar is low life, just dash in, you have 2 dashes, jump in. He just used third ability auto attack, this guy is dead immediately. He used S1 onto minion. Yeah, you're running. See? This guy is low life. This guy is low life. Vayne is low life. Why don't you jump in? You're full life. And you're Zhonya's. Pussy. I'm flaming you, Doom. You could have played it better. And now, he doesn't even get 1 kill. He doesn't even get either of those 2 kills that were pretty free, to be honest. Like, he dashes, auto attack, this guy's immediately dead. Then he can focus on Jax. Unlucky, buddy. That's fair. That's fair play. I'm just saying what he could have done better, though. Because in this situation, he was full life, and the others were low life, and he had both summoners, he had Zhonya's. There was no way he couldn't play more aggressive. I think he's gonna beat that here. And he dies now. You're sprinting, Doom. You're sprinting. I think they might be able to get it before it charges. No, okay, they get it before it charges. How much longer? Wait, this game goes so long, actually. But see, even challenger players sometimes don't play the optimal decision, so it's really useful to just make sure to check your own gameplays, to see every single mistake you're doing, or every single imperfection. Let's call it an imperfection, because playing perfectly is not possible even for a challenger player, even for a pro player. Sometimes you will just make mistakes. So if you just oh, that was a huge ultimate though, pretty huge ultimate. Katarina is low, Sinch is low. I think he can chase them. Okay, Twist of Fate popping. Where was I? Just make sure to check out your mistakes, what you could have done better, and try to not do the mistake the second time. Like, each game you see a mistake, you can learn from it, and you can improve your gameplay. And even if you're a challenger player, or you're one of the best players, especially as a pro player, or especially as a player that has high ambitions, those type of players, they will always watch for their own mistakes to improve themselves. And it doesn't apply only for high elo players, it applies for every single elo. Especially if you're not challenger, you need to work even harder, or you need to make sure to check even harder on your mistakes. So you just see, okay, I did this and this wrong, I could have avoided this and this death. And then next time do it better, and then you will keep climbing. Because the goal is not to win every single game, the goal is to have a consistent, better win rate each time. Or across 100 games, across 500 games. So let's say you start with 50% win rate in 100 games. Your goal should be improve it to 51, improve it to 52, 53, 54, 55. And if you have 55 in solo queue, that's already pretty solid. And obviously, some people will ask me, what's a good win rate for each division? And the goal should be, as long as you climb, that's fine. Oh, he got cocked so hard. Oh, bye Doom, you got cocked. He's gonna escape though, he's dead. Ah, he got dicked. He got dicked completely. Disrespecting Sinch, and he dies there. Disrespectful. Ay. So yeah, if you are a challenger player, then the win rate in lower divisions should be higher, for example. But let's assume you're a diamond player. If you have 55 win rate, that's fine. If you are... Like, just compare. In your own division, you just need to make sure that you're above 50%. So let's say you're 55% in your division, then you should be able to climb with that win rate. And you guys can see, one thing you need to learn is respect. Respect the opponents. Make sure to not get caught. And very important. Don't give shutdowns. Don't give shutdowns as ADC, being too overconfident, position yourself too aggressively, getting caught, giving 1000 gold shutdown, and then they come back and you lose the game. That's a scenario that a lot of fucking ADC players are doing. Playing too cocky, getting caught, giving shutdown, and then you end up losing. Because giving shutdown gives so much gold and comeback potential to the enemies. Okay, he doesn't have summoners. Okay. Cinch is coming for his ass again. Lost Cinch just dies so quickly. Holy fuck. And the minions are crashing. Okay, he's trying to snipe Vayne. Oh, he's getting caught completely here. Oh, okay, Doom. At least Twisted Fate is carrying his ass right here. Going for the back door. He played that team fight. Not optimal. He got caught again. No, Doom. Not like this. I'm spectating you. You have to perform. 1 versus 9 super carry, perfect positioning. You're disappointing me. Just kidding. Happens. Okay, he was still Q. Still MVP though. Let's see the damage. Is he gonna show it? Come on, show the damage. Hello? Okay. Most damage in the game, 40k in 20 minutes or something. Yeah, 20 minutes. That's commit for the guide. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys also enjoyed the second part. Where I'm not talking about the information, but also giving you input and analyzing or analysis of Doom's gameplay, talking about what he could have done better, what he did well, etc. Map awareness was really good by Doom. Also, kiting sometimes. In the end, he was too cocky. He got caught way too many times. Ay. That's it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Professor Breaker is done with today's lesson or today's lecture, and I see you next time. Bye. Support guide, wave management guide. You always wanted, write it down below. Bye.
Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.